Hi guys, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, there are brand new neighborhoods everywhere. They're just popping up all over the place. And you may have decided you want to join in and start building a brand new home for yourself right now. But you just don't know where to start or what the process even looks like, or maybe you've been doing some of your own homework and you found yourself to be completely overwhelmed, and I get that. Well, in this video, I'm going to take you step by step through the entire process of building a new home from the ground up, from nothing but dirt, from beginning to end. If that interests you, stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are here for the first time, my name is Rosalind Lewis. I'm a local realtor here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area with J Park Carolina Living. On this channel, I share tips and education about real estate and the Charlotte, North Carolina community, as well as the surrounding counties. And if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos each Wednesday when I premiere a new one. So today I am talking about the new home building process and what that looks like from beginning to end. Now, if you're building a custom home, that process is going to be completely different from this one. So today we're just focusing on the standard new build communities. However, before you can even get started with the process, there's some preparation or homework that needs to take place. So one of the first things that you need to do is get pre-approved. You knew that was coming, with a mortgage lender. That way you'll know exactly what your budget is and what you can afford. Not what you can't, you think you can afford, but what you can actually afford. Because often those two numbers are different. And I would hate for you to go out looking for a home, find one, fall in love with it, and then come to find out that you can't qualify for it. So that's a letdown, and I don't want to see that. On the other hand, perhaps you can afford more than you think you can. And then you can open up your price range a little bit to include a few more options. So just make sure you spend a few minutes on the phone with a lender so that you'll have a reasonable price range to work within. Next, you'll want to research the various builders in your area and see what communities they offer and what floor plans they have within those communities that may line up with your criteria for a new home. Every builder has a website, and from their websites you can see their communities, the floor plans, pricing, the amenities, and lots of other cool stuff. And then lastly, make sure that you're working with a realtor. I think most people understand that when purchasing a resale home, it's a good idea to have an agent on their side representing them and their best interests. But when it comes to new construction homes, they often don't quite make that same correlation. It is important to have a realtor representing you even on a new build purchase, and to see why that's important, check out this video right up here. But essentially it comes down to representation. Also, if you're working with a realtor, it's very important that they accompany you on your first visit to the new home community. Otherwise, they may not be allowed to assist you in that transaction should you decide to go ahead and purchase from that builder. A good realtor will negotiate for you on your behalf with the builder to get you the best deal possible and help you understand the contract, which can be more than 60 pages. And they can help bring you peace of mind when things get a little hairy and you may need to be talked back off the ledge. And believe me, there will be those times. All right, so you've done all your homework. You've hired a realtor. You researched the builders and you've got yourself pre-qualified. So you know what your budget is. So now it's time to start this journey. So first step is to visit the model homes. Now this is where you'll get to see the floor plans in real life and in action rather than what you looked at on the internet. Now, most builders will only have 2 or 3 models shown on site, even though they might have several different floor plans available to choose from. Now, it's really important that you understand that the model homes are highly upgraded. They're beautiful and they're decorated very elegantly. Make sure you understand what the base level standard included features are, because most of what you see in the models will not be what you get in the way of standard features. And then when you find the floor plan that you love, see if they have a spec home, a home that's under construction for somebody else that's near completion that you can go and look at and take a walk through. That way you'll be able to see what the homes really look like with real buyers rather than the overly exaggerated, upgraded model homes. So now you have decided on the builder. You've decided on the community. And now you've picked the floor plan that best suits your needs. So next up, you will now return to the sales office or make an appointment to sit down with the sales rep, and you will make your lot selection. Now the rep will have a map of all the lots that are available, and it might be on a monitor located in their office, or it could be a paper map. Now there's a few things that you really need to be aware of at this point. One is not all lots are going to be available. In fact, right now with the demand so high for lots in the inventory being so low, most builders don't have lots available. So what they do is they put you on a waiting list, and then they release 3, 4, or 5 lots every month to those who are on the waiting list. Or you may have to come with your highest and best offer, first come, first served, to obtain a lot. Every builder is different. Sometimes something else to keep in mind is not all homes fit on all lots. Some homes only fit on certain lots, and that has to do with the home size or the lot size or the swing of the garage or other factors. There are other restrictions in place that may prevent you from having similar homes with the same elevation and color schemes right next to each other. So within those parameters, you'll be able to pick the lot that best fits your needs with a home that you want. So then once your lot has been selected, I think it's really important that you actually go over and physically see the lot and walk around it. See how it works, see how it feels, see what the views are like. If it is not obvious, ask the builder what they plan to build next door or behind the lot. Make sure you have a good feel for that lot and ensure that that is the lot that you want to live on for the next few years. So let's get back to our process, and we'll just assume that you lucked out and you got the lot you want. And so now what's the next step? Well, now the builders may offer you the option of getting pre-approved with their lender, even if you have been approved with another lender. Now they do this for a couple of reasons. One is they just want to be sure through their own lender that you are qualified for the home and would be perfectly capable to finish off the transaction. Another reason is if you use their preferred lender, they will give you builder incentive, which can be $5,000 or $10,000 that can be used at the design center or towards your closing costs. The other reason they may want you to pre-qualify with their lender is to be placed on their priority waiting list. And that's usually just a really quick process done right there in the office while you're taking care of all these other things as well. Now, at this point, you'll need to make some lasting decisions. Most builders add options that are available with each floor plan, like adding a sunroom or a bonus room. But now is the time that you'll need to make those decisions as you decide on the configuration of your home. Now, this is referred to as the structural upgrades. And usually once these decisions are made, that can't be changed. This is also the time at which you'll pick your elevation or the facial architecture and the color scheme of the home. Now, they'll have samples in the office for you to look at. However, the best thing for you to do, once you've kind of narrowed the elevation that you think you want, is ask the sales rep if they have pictures of what that elevation actually looks like on a house. And that way you'll know if that is the look that you want. So once you selected the floor plan, a lot, the structural upgrades, elevation, and the color scheme, the sales rep will put all of that into the computer and produce a purchase contract for you. You then go over that contract with the sales rep in great deal. And once you're satisfied that everything is exactly the way you want it, you will sign an initial contract in about 1 million different places. But wait, your visit isn't over yet. In fact, the fun is just now beginning. Now's the point where you get to break out the checkbook, dollars, and write a check to the builder for your earnest deposit. Earnest deposits range depending on the builder, home size, and price point, anywhere from $500 up to $65,000. I would say that typically in most cases on a $350,000 to a $400,000 home, you should plan on writing out an earnest deposit check somewhere around $6,000 to $10,000. Now, prior to visiting the community, you or your agent can contact the community and see exactly what their earnest deposit requirements are, so you're not hit with a big surprise. And now the last thing left to do is to take that beautiful picture of you pointing to the spot on the map where your lot is, and then finally going up to the lot and taking that last picture of you and your family standing on your own brand new plot of dirt. So let's talk about building times. Build times here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area are around 7 to 8 months due to COVID. And that schedule depends on the weather, the builder getting materials on time, and other factors. And so over the course of the next 7 to 8 months, there's going to be 4 different meetings or appointments that you'll need to attend along the way. So the first one will be your design center appointment. And this usually occurs within 3 to 6 weeks after signing the original contract. This is where you'll select all your upgrades. Most buyers tend to upgrade things such as their flooring, their kitchens, and their countertops. You can also upgrade light fixtures, fans, bathroom fixtures, low voltage items, and of course the list goes on and on. Now be careful though, not to go overboard. Most buyers are spending about 12 to 15% of the base price of their home on upgrades. So you need to calculate that into your budget. If you want to know more about the resale upgrades to make at the Design Center, check out my video called 9 Tips that include the best and worst builder upgrades. You might want to keep in mind the best things to upgrade now and leave the things that you know you can do on your own for later for a cheaper price after you've closed on your home. So the next meeting that you'll attend will be the pre-construction meeting. Sometimes this occurs before your design center appointment, but with other builders, it might happen after your design center appointment. In either case, you'll meet with the construction manager, and he'll go over, or she will go over the construction process and the various timelines that are involved. They'll confirm the floor plan, the elevation, the lot, and you'll have all the opportunity that you need at this point to ask any construction related questions that you might have. Now, the next meeting that takes place is the pre-drywall meeting. This will be when you need to schedule an independent contractor to do a pre-drywall inspection, because after those walls go up, you will not be able to detect any wiring trouble that may exist. This again is where the construction manager will go over all of your wiring for like ceiling fans, cable outlets, things of that sort. Basically everything that needs to be wired. The purpose of this meeting is to point out layout of the floor plan, show you where all of the outlets and switches are, point out the water and gas lines, the air conditioning, and any other system that might be running behind the walls. Now it's important that at this point that you take photographs during this meeting. That way you'll see what runs behind the drywall, so that after you've moved in, if you want to put a picture on the wall or you're going to mount something solid to the wall, you can refer back to those photos and you will know exactly what is behind the drywall in that location. And this meeting usually occurs 3 to 4 months before the home is actually finished and you're able to close on it and move in. Now, once the framework takes place, at that point, you generally start to see a lot more activity as far as construction beginning. This is when the installation and the drywall will go up. You'll notice exterior elevation that you picked being applied to the outside of the home. You'll see that the roof tiles have been laid and placed above the roof. You'll start to notice paint, cabinets, and flooring starting to take shape. Yay, within the home. Now, once the cabinets go in, that's when they can really give you a good idea of what your closing date might be. And we want to get to closing. Prior to that time, it's just an estimation. But once cabinetry is done, then they have a really good idea as to when you'll be able to actually close on your new home. So now for your fourth and final meeting that will take place 1 week prior to closing, and that will be your new home orientation. During this meeting, you will again meet with a construction manager, and at this time, he'll walk you through the home and he'll go over the operation of all the various components of the home, like how the appliances work, the air conditioning, etc. You'll also do a detailed inspection with him, and he will mark any repairs by placing blue or green tape on the items that you need to be repaired prior to closing, and you may hear the construction manager refer to this as his punch list. So at this point, it may look like there's nothing going on, but believe me, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. You've been working with your lender to ensure that you've given them all of the proper documentation that they have asked you for. In order to get your loan approved thoroughly, it goes to underwriting and gets you fully approved and your loan funded. So now we have closing day. Yay! This is the last day of the process. This is the day that you'll be at an attorney's office and you'll sign all your loan documents and all the rest of the paperwork involved in purchasing of your new home. After all documents have been signed, you will get your keys to your new home at the closing table. At the attorney's office, once your loan funds and the builders have been paid for the home, that information is then recorded on a deed at the Registered of Deeds office, depending on what county it's in. So there you have it. The long process of building a new construction. But now that you know all the steps involved, it is really not that bad, is it? I know it can seem a bit overwhelming at times, especially during that initial office visit and again at the design center. But the excitement and joy that you will feel on closing day when you take possession of that brand new home, it is just simply cannot be beat. I hope this video has given you a clear picture of what you can expect when you build your new home from the dirt up. Now, before I go, if you're thinking about buying a new home or even selling one in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, I invite you to call, text, or email me. All of my information is listed below, and don't forget to check out my video on do you really need a real estate agent to buy new construction homes. Also, if you are thinking of buying a new home or selling a home here in the Charlotte area, there is a link below that will allow you to make an appointment with me. Yes, you get to talk to me. Thanks for watching.